So today, I'm going to give you 3 simple tools that I recommend everyone use every day to combat inflammation.
Live from the USA Medical Studio in Los Angeles, it's the USA Medical Podcast. And here's your host, Jay Crossman.
Oh, settle down, come on. My name is Jake. I'm a holistic health coach, certified nutritionist, and your personal friend here to simplify health. Remember, if health isn't simple, it's not healthy, guys. Give it up for the live USA Medical Band. Come on. They're the best. It's a live band over there. Today's episode is all about inflammation. And if you want to stop inflammation from killing you, here are 3 simple tools you can use to stop it. And when I say killing you, I got to censor it because the social media gods don't like that word. But what is aging? What is aging? Well, it's inflammation. It's inflammatory damage. The things that we feel when you say, I feel old, you're saying I'm in pain, I'm cranky, I have muscle tension, I have brain fog, I have low energy. These are all symptoms of inflammation. So if we can stop inflammation, if we can combat inflammation, we can combat aging. That's all it is. So today, I'm going to give you 3 simple tools that I recommend everyone use every day to combat inflammation. Now, there are a million things we can talk about when it comes to anti-inflammatory habits, anti-inflammatory lifestyle. And I want to give those tips. I want to give you that checklist of things you can do in addition. But the goal of USA Medical is to simplify health. So it wouldn't be USA Medical if I overcomplicated it. So today's 3 tools are CBG, turmeric, and omega-3. And I want to talk about all 3 of those things and why they're at the top of my list right now as anti-inflammatories. Now, CBG has been a supplement that I've talked about for a long time. If you've not heard the term CBG, then you must be new here. And I'm happy that you're new here because I love talking about it. CBG is the mother of all cannabinoids. It's like the stem cell of cannabis. And in young cannabis and young hemp plants and other plants such as black pepper and ginseng, cannabinoids come from one specific mother cannabinoid, one mother molecule called CBG, cannabigerol. And CBG acts like a stem cell in hemp. It helps to heal and grow the hemp plant. And just like it helps the hemp plant to heal and grow, it can help us heal and grow. Our body has a system called the endocannabinoid system. And without getting too deep into the science here, your ECS is responsible for everything: pain, inflammation, appetite, digestion, temperature, sleep, wake, energy, fatigue. All of it is controlled by your ECS, your body's internal communication network. And CBG connects with that network so freaking well. It connects with that network so well that it actually stops inflammation in its tracks. And in the research behind it, and this is a very highly researched back episode, a really highly researched, and I want to thank a couple people at the end of the episode from Facebook, because this episode's idea was I asked my Facebook group, the USA Medical family, what you want to see in the podcast, and the number one answer by far was anti-inflammatory research, how to combat inflammation. Because I think at the core, everyone knows that inflammation is age. Right? Inflammatory damage is age. So stopping it is how we stop the feeling of aging. And CBG is undeniably the best. Undeniably the best anti-inflammatory there is. And I used to call myself an anti-inflammatory coach because I felt like I had unlocked the secrets of Earth with CBG, turmeric, and omega-3. And I want to get to turmeric and omega-3 because those are equally as important in my book. But CBG is the fast-acting medicine that everyone has always wanted. It's the thing that actually works, right? And when we take things like an ibuprofen, we want the pain to stop, right? But what it's doing is it's actually blocking what are called prostaglandins. They're the communication molecules in your body that communicate pain. And in the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, they don't work by actually combating inflammation. They work by blocking the inflammatory pain signal. It's totally different. It's fake. It's worse than a Band-Aid, because at least a Band-Aid allows your body to actually heal underneath it, right? NSAIDs don't do that. They're worse than a Band-Aid. It's like taking a drug. It's like taking a psychedelic drug where you live in a fake world for a little bit and then you come back to reality. That's what a pain reliever is. You live in a fake world for a little while. You live in a fake world where there's no pain, but that's not real. You still have the pain. You didn't solve it. But CBG can actually solve the pain, right? Because the way your body handles pain is it uses inflammation to wrap around pain, to wrap around damage, and try to heal within that inflammation. Inflammation's a good thing. There's the big that's today's clip. Inflammation is a good thing, but it becomes a bad thing when your body can't use it properly to heal, or your body can't stop it, right? There's continuous inflammation being created, and that happens in our gut all the time. This is kind of a quick sidebar, but gut inflammation comes from when we eat horrible processed foods. I'm sorry to say this, but seed oils like canola oil are extraordinarily high in omega-6. Anybody who disagrees with this is just not reading the research. Omega-6 is massively inflammatory, and seed oils like canola oil and vegetable oil and palm oil, they all have a massive amount of omega-6 in them. And it's that massive amount of omega-6 that causes our gut to become inflamed, and that's where IBD and IBS and Crohn's and all these horrible gut diseases come from, is because our body is continuously inflaming, trying to stop the damage that you're doing by eating these seed oils. So anyone that argues seed oil in favor of butter is just crazy. They're just not reading the research. They're just not reading the literature. And there's guys like this. There's unfortunately just guys who don't want to do the work, right? This guy TNF on TikTok he's just unfortunately like really, really low IQ. Like he doesn't actually use his brain to research things. He's just quick, and he's so like quick, and these guys are so quick with their words, and like he's so snappy, and he gets this crazy audience of people to follow him because he's quick with his words, but he's leading them like lambs to the slaughter. If you follow these guys, these just genuine like snakes who don't want to do the research shows that inflammatory foods are horrible for us. And I'm not trying to fearmonger, of course. I mean, look, you can eat inflammatory foods and you can survive, but we're talking about inflammation being the silent killer, the thing that's causing you to age. So don't you want to stop it? Well, you got to go by what the research shows. Step one, you got to stop with the inflammatory foods, but that's one of the check boxes. Back to the tools. Even if you eat inflammatory foods, CBG will help. I actually tell people that a lot, whereas look, even in spite of your bad choices, CBG will help. And guess what? That's kind of actually how the health money matrix works a little bit. My proprietary health money matrix. Here's my proprietary health money matrix. You see, on this matrix, if you have this much money and this much health, then no, I'm joking. But the way it works is if you have enough money, you can kind of spend that money to combat bad health choices, right? And CBG is one of those things where I'm not going to lie, it's a little expensive. I wish it wasn't, but we grow all of our own hemp on our own USDA organic farms. I mean, if I showed you the cost breakdown, you'd see exactly why we charge. When we don't even advertise, by the way. We run no ads. We do no ad campaigns. There's no marketing budgets. The money we spend is just to make the product amazing, undeniably perfect. And again, my product, the CBG works. That's why I'm talking about it today. If you try it and you take it, you'll feel how it works. And I've offered 100% money back guarantee on the CBG since day one. I've had maybe 2 people ask for a refund. Because the deal is, if you take it and you don't like it, that's totally fine. Just send it back and I'll send you a refund. People were like, well, no, I want to keep it. It's like, I know, because it works. People are like, oh, I want the refund, but I want to keep it. It's because it works, right? And it's like, well, that's your choice. You can send it back and you can not have the pain relief anymore, or you can spend the money and you can actually get something that works. And it's an undeniable supplement. Undeniable. I wouldn't have been able to offer a money-back guarantee for the last 4 years if it wasn't. We'll leave it at that. But CBG is undeniable. It works because it works. It works by combating the inflammation at the source, by getting into your body's ECS, the system that controls all systems. And it actually combats the inflammation at the micro level, at the level of where the inflammation is starting. That's where it's called CB1 and CB2 receptors. That's what they actually do. They actually stop the inflammation exactly where it starts. So CBG is undeniable. It's the undeniable tool. I take it almost every day religiously because I can feel so much different between when I take it and when I don't. I feel, and my body feels older. I'm almost 27. I'm not that old, but my body feels older when I don't take the CBG. Just how it is. So CBG is number one. Number two is turmeric. And it's because CBG and turmeric work so well together. This is not even we don't even have the research on this yet because this is so groundbreaking. Turmeric, especially when combined with black pepper, which again is a cannabinoid. And you see how this works? This is so cool because black pepper it has a cannabinoid. Black pepper is part of the cannabis family. So black pepper and ginseng and hops, but black pepper, when combined with turmeric, it uses this, it's called perin. It's a very special flavonoid in black pepper that makes the curcumin in the turmeric work so much more effectively. And the curcumin does two things. One, it enhances all other MAOI anti-inflammatories, monoamine oxidase inhibitors, right? It's a special type of anti-inflammatory that also helps with depression and anxiety. But beyond that, the black pepper helps the curcumin, and then the curcumin also helps the CBG. It lengthens the CBG in your body. It extends the duration of the CBG. This is groundbreaking research here, that when you take CBG and turmeric with black pepper, you're getting an anti-inflammatory combination that is more powerful than any drug on the market. I will stick my neck out there and say that because it's true. I know it. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I've felt it. And it's incredible how turmeric works. It's actually what's called a COX-2 inhibitor. Turmeric inhibits the COX-2 enzyme, and that particular enzyme is what sparks the creation of new inflammation. So now you have CBG literally fighting inflammation. You have turmeric blocking the enzyme responsible for creating new inflammation, and you have the black pepper enhancing the effects of both the turmeric and the CBG, creating a longer duration, improving how it works in both your body and brain for this massively holistic anti-inflammatory. Wow, we're back to holistic. That's what that word means. To do things from a holistic perspective. We're not just blocking pain with an NSAID. We're holistically fighting against inflammation. What's left? Omega-3. Remember earlier I said omega-6 was the bad thing? How important it was that we don't eat seed oils that are high in omega-6, which is all of them? It's because omega-3 is the correct omega. It's the best omega for our heart and our arteries. So now we have turmeric, curcumin, and black pepper working alongside the CBG to fight inflammation in our gut, in our brain, in our hands, in our feet, in our body, and the omega-3 working to combat inflammation and plaque in our heart and our arteries. That is a holistic one. I can end the episode right now. If you just get omega-3, turmeric, and CBG, those are the tools. Those are the tools. That's it. How do they work? Well, CBG is the holistic ECS attack. It attacks inflammation from all angles, brain and body. Turmeric elongates it and blocks new inflammation. And omega-3 works to expand arteries, to open up arteries, and help reduce plaque and improve blood flow through your heart and your arteries. Now your body's working at peak. Don't you just feel better talking about it? I do. I feel like I'm ecstatic with this stuff. Again, I used to call myself an anti-inflammation coach. because I felt like these three things were so groundbreaking that I had this proprietary knowledge to the world. But now I'm just sharing it for free. You don't got to pay me anything for this. All you need is CBG, turmeric, and omega-3, which, again, I do all three of those things at USA Medical. We do them organic and holistic, so everything is lab tested and certified. But if you find a different company that sells the same incredible in-house made organic and lab tested supplements, more power to you, because all you need is the organic CBG, turmeric with black pepper and omega-3, and you have the anti-inflammatory concoction that is going to defeat any on-the-market drug, I guarantee it. So what's the rest of the checklist? Well, if you do those three things, those three tools, you can kind of get away with a lot of crap in life. I mean that. You can get away with a lot of other crap in life using those tools. And I have. I've not been the most healthy person my whole life. I've been a health coach for about 3 years. Prior to that, I've done things I'm not proud of. But these tools have helped me become proud of my life again and proud of my health. I feel good. I feel really good. Now, the rest of the checklist, well, eat healthy. No processed foods, more whole foods. What are inflammatory foods? What are anti-inflammatory foods? Anything that is heavily processed will create inflammation. Things that have oils like, canola oil, vegetable oil, palm oil, those seed oils are going to cause inflammation. Other oils won't. Olive oil, that's a great oil, right? Very, very low omega-6, right? Avocado oil, it's awesome. Beef tallow, incredible, right? Ghee from butter, it's great. Those are all going to be low omega-6, high vitamin with omega-3. And it's one of the things I learned in school when I was becoming a nutritionist is the ratio of omega-3 to omega-6. And this is a very difficult ratio to unpack in the United States because it's supposed to be 4-to-1 omega-3 to omega-6. And in the U.S., it's typically 6-to-1 omega-6 to omega-3. So we're actually, not only are we, so 1-to-1 would be 4 times too little omega-3. We're 6-to-1, so we're 4 times 6. I think I'm doing the math here right. I think we're 24 times higher on omega-6 than we're supposed to be when it comes to that ratio. And that's across the board. All American diets are about 24 times higher in omega-6 than they are in the necessary omega-3. So that's why at USA Medical, I never sold omega-3 because I was such a big proponent of getting it from salmon. I was like, it's so easy. You just eat salmon every day. And I realize it's a bit of an I don't like this word, but it's a bit of an elitist mindset in just the sense that I'm being like, it's so easy, go buy fresh wild-caught salmon, where that's not 100% a realistic thing to tell everybody. So what is more realistic is, hey, here's a $30 bottle of omega-3 that'll get you through the whole month. Just take this every day, and now you don't got to worry as much about making sure your omega-6 to 3 ratio is perfect in every meal you eat. Now you get a bit of leeway with this supplement. And that's what supplements do, right? They give you the leeway to maybe your diet's not perfect. I know mine's not, right? So maybe even though I don't eat perfectly, I can still get the correct supplements and nutrients and vitamins I need by taking supplements like omega-3 from USA Medical. And again, our turmeric is amazing. It's the best because it has the bioperine in it, right? But if you just go buy turmeric root from the store, grind it up, put it in a smoothie, add some black pepper, it'll do the same exact thing, right? It's just that, again, I don't know how much that costs. It's going to be $12 for the turmeric root and then $5 for the black pepper, and then that'll probably last for a week, right? Versus you can go to USA Medical and get, again, a bottle for the month for $30, but it's up to you, right? We do it the best. We do it easily. They're capsules. And the same with CBG. If you want to grow your own hemp or grow your own cannabis, and you're in a state that's legal to do, and then you want to spend the money on extraction, and you can, we just published an article, how to make your own CBD from home. And now I'm not going to lie to you. I show the budget breakdown of how the all-in investment tends to be about $10,000 to get started, but you can do it from home. All these things you can do. Nothing that I'm telling you is proprietary, but I do it for you to make it easy for you. And that's the point of this podcast, is to make this easy for you. So back to the checklist. Once you're using the 3 tools, CBG, turmeric, and omega-3, of course, eat healthy. The higher your omega-3 to omega-6 ratio, that's a really good measure of healthy food. That's a hard metric because most foods don't have omega-3, but it's a good metric. The other metric you can use is just how processed. An apple that is not going to be inflammatory. If it's not processed, it's not inflammatory, right? If you just, even like butter and sourdough toast, not inflammatory, right? There's no processing. That's cream that became butter. That's yeast, flour, and water. Done. That's the meal, right? But, a ho-ho and some Oreos are massively processed, right? Sunny D and, lunch meat, bologna, heavily processed. Like, of course, you can eat it. I'm not saying you can't eat it, and that's not, but it's heavily, so that's the scale. Eat healthy. Step 1, checkbox, eat healthy. 2, drink water. Duh. You need to drink a lot of water to get the inflammation out of your body. Your body needs, I think every podcast I've ever done, one of the checkboxes is drink water. I'm going to say it every time. I'm never going to stop saying it. I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face, drink water. Because the more water you drink, the more your body has what it needs to process out and detox, right? That's what detoxing is. Your body's using water to flush out toxins. And those toxins could be just excess fat. It could be inflammation. It could be a literal toxin, right? Or it could be something you ate, right? Maybe your body needs to flush out some type of stabilizer. Or I see horrible supplements with silicon dioxide in them. Please don't use a supplement that has literal plastic in it, silicon dioxide. What are we doing? But if you take that, your body's going to need water to process and flush that out. So water, that's the checkbox. Eat healthy, check 1. Number 2, drink water. 3, exercise. Your body releases these things called T cells. T cells only get released when you exercise. T cells are the most anti-inflammatory cell we have to combat inflammation, right? T cells are how our body fights against inflammation. So we need more T cells in our body, and you can release those simply by exercising, going for a walk, doing some push-ups, doing some sit-ups, doing some pull-ups. Anything that gets your muscles flexing. I actually really visualize when I do curls specifically, like T cells coming out of my biceps. You just think about, oh yeah, here comes those T cells. And I can see, oh yeah, all those anti-inflammatory cells in my body, and I feel good. And it might be stupid, but like visualizing your body healing is actually part of the process. Like, I promise you, if you visualize your body removing inflammation and cutting inflammation and healing, you're going to feel it, because that's kind of how it works. Your body and your mind are all one. So eat healthy, drink water, exercise. Those actually might be the 3 checkboxes I've used for every podcast ever. But again, same exact method for a lot of things here. If you want to lose weight, eat healthy, drink water, exercise. If you want to clear inflammation, eat healthy, drink water, exercise. If you don't want to be depressed anymore, eat healthy, drink water, exercise. Like, what else is there? But if you start with those 3 tools, today's 3 tools, CBG, turmeric, omega-3, and then you combine those with the checkbox of eat healthy, drink water, exercise every day. And by the way, how easy is that daily checkbox? Have I eaten healthy today? No. Let me have some protein. Check. Have I exercised today? No. Let me do 10 push-ups. Check. Have I had any water today? No. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Check. Like, that's all it is. Just check the boxes off and check them all off every day, right? Even if you eat unhealthy, you can still eat something healthy. Check. Even if you make a bad choice, you can still exercise. Check. And even if you don't drink water all day, you can still drink a glass before bed. And even if you mess up and screw off and don't do any of those check boxes all day, you can still take your CBG, your turmeric, and omega-3 all in 1 minute, right? You can take all 3 of those things in 1 minute, and all of a sudden, you're back on top. So don't let inflammation cause you pain. This is what age is. If you are inflamed, you are aging. Stop it. You don't deserve to age. You deserve to be healthy and young and feel great. We all do. I know I do. So stay healthy, stay young, and do what needs to be done to fight against the pervasive, invisible enemy that is inflammation. My name is Jake. If you want more help understanding CBG, turmeric, and omega-3, or everything else we listed today, let me know. Send me a DM, send me an email. I'm so happy to help and chat with you. I'll see you next time. Ciao.